Today's the 12th of September 2009 on a lovely warm sunny Saturday afternoon, and last night, Friday, I put in my canoe on the River Thames near Wallingford and paddled westbound and found this little offshoot, this small little river, which is only navigable by small craft like canoes, rowing boats and very small motorised boats. And this is my canoe. It's a Sevillor Colorado, and it's got three main chambers, one either side, and an I-beam floor, which is then the inner tubes are inserted inside this reinforced nylon canvas hull, and underneath is also reinforced with even a thicker material and then covered with plastic paint. It folds up, deflates, folds up to about the size of an average size suitcase, and you can put it in the boot of the car. Weighs about 20 kilos, so it's really easy to transport and saves you having to have a canoe to then put on your roof rack if you don't want to have a hard shell on top of a roof rack. And last night I just pulled over and set up my bivvy, which is a simple polythene tarp mounted on 4 extendable tent poles, which are then of course tensed with paracord, or as I've got over in that corner, a bungee stretchable cord, and then just blending in with your environment, giving yourself a bit of privacy with the camo-netting. And then inside I've got my army issue 1 to 2 season sleeping bag, which has got an L-shaped zip, goes all the way around, and you can open it out into a small double-sized quilt. And you can also fasten it to the inside of a poncho, so if it's wet and you need to protect yourself from the elements, but also you need to keep warm, you can unzip this and have this as an insulation and fasten it with the particular tabs that are actually inside the zip to the inside of your poncho, so it makes it more weatherproof. My rucksack, nice and sturdy, 2 pouches. If I'm staying out for a couple of days, then I'll put these little pouches either side of the rucksack, because obviously I have more kit. But the main priority when I actually go out canoeing for a few days, and maybe just finding a little bit of private bank just to sort of stay overnight on, that's not going to invade other people's privacy, is the least amount of kit, but the right amount of stuff that's appropriate for the time that you're going to be out. Which brings me to my one-man stove, which is unleaded fuel. And with making cups of tea, breakfast, lunch, dinner, you'll get about 3 days use out of it, maximum of 3 hours if you kept it full blast. So my cooking utensils, fold up, insert, and then turn the kettle upside down, put that in there, and all that goes inside this little container here, so it keeps it all nice and compact. And then for water, if you consider, if you're out for a couple of days, you'd need at least 10 to 15 litres of water, which is over 30 pounds in weight. Now, alright, putting it in the canoe, at least you're floating with it, but obviously if you're carrying it or portaging around locks on certain rivers, then you've got to carry the stuff, and it's a lot of weight besides portaging the canoe and your rucksack and kit. So what I've got here is a water bag, which, believe it or not, I've sourced the water from here, from the river, and it travels from the bag down this silver iron treated antibacterial tube into this device, which virtually filters out all bacteria, germs, metals. And these devices are actually used in disaster zones, but of course it's really practical because I just take maybe 2 litres of water to set myself off, and then when I pull over I filter water as and when I need it and collect it in my water bottle, as I've just done there. And it takes about, to get about 2 litres, it takes about 15-20 minutes for it to trickle through. So the main aspect for me is when I go canoeing, I may be pulling over on a little bit of riverbank just to sort of pull up for the night, is the least amount of kit that's practical. So that's basically it. And the main objective, why do I do it? Well, it's to get out into nature on a lovely day like today. I've been trying to spot kingfishers. I thought that was one just then, but it was flapping its wings too slow. You can tell it darts straight across the water, anything from about 12 to 18 inches above the water, and actually flowers parallel with it. But this is a prime area to spot kingfishers because it's a quiet little river, it's undisturbed. This river's only navigable by small craft like canoes, small little rowing boats and very small motorised boats. So of course the kingfisher's habitat on these branches which drape over the surface of the water is basically where the kingfishers are going to be, and I've either seen 3 kingfishers a day or the same one 3 times. But it's beautiful, it's like an electric blue and it just darts across, and you can tell by when you get used to actually spotting them, even at a distance, if you can't see that electric blue colour, you can tell by the way they flap their wings and knowing that they're actually near to the water and flying parallel to it, that you know it's actually a kingfisher. But I've got here my faithful companion. Hello, Karsh. My canoe dog that comes with me on my Maverick expeditions. So in a little while I'm going to be setting off. It's just gone 4 o'clock and I'm going to be setting off back down there to get back onto the River Thames.